Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. I'm so glad you could join me today. So today's session is a good flow to do in the morning just to get you ready for the day. We try and do a little bit of everything, and hopefully you'll feel energized by the end of it. After you've had a little bit of a rest, then you'll be energized. All right, let's begin with a breathing exercise. And just before we get into that, a reminder, if you ever find yourself in a pose that isn't right for you because of whatever you have going on in your body, then just back out of that pose and join us in the next one, or do whatever you can in a session. You don't have to do it all because everybody has something different going on, don't they? So just do what you can. That'll be enough. All right, so let's do a bit of a respiratory breathing exercise. I'm going to inhale and stop, inhale and stop, inhale and stop, and then we'll do exactly the same thing on the exhale. We're going to hold up here for the count of 4, and then exhale and stop, exhale and stop, exhale and stop. Let's just try it, see how that goes. I'm going to close my eyes, it just helps me focus. Inhale, stop, inhale, stop, inhale, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, stop, exhale, stop, exhale, stop. Take a normal breath. Maybe make sure your shoulders are over your hips, that you're not slouched. That gives you enough room to breathe. And let's try it again. Inhale, stop, inhale, stop, inhale, stop, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, stop, exhale, stop, exhale, and stop. And just take a normal breath. You want to do that one more time. Inhale, stop, inhale, stop, inhale, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, stop, exhale, stop, exhale. Good. Okay, so I'm going to lift my right shoulder towards my ear. I'm just going to see how high I can lift that shoulder right up to that ear. I can probably get it pretty high. And then I want to take that right shoulder and bring it all the way down, lowering it to the lowest possible point I can take it. Now keep that shoulder lowered while you raise the other one. So I'm going to raise my left shoulder now. And it probably looks opposite to you. I'm saying left, it looks like right to you. Lift that left shoulder all the way up to that ear, as close as you can get it. Careful that you don't, it's tempting to tilt the head, isn't it, to that left shoulder, but instead we're going to keep that head nice and straight. And then lower that left shoulder, lower, 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 lower. Shoulders are really lowered from the ears. Both shoulders are low. Keep that left shoulder low, come up with the right. So you're coming up, going to try and get to the ear, and you might find one side better than the other, and then lower that right shoulder. Really lower it. Keep lowering it. Just lower it as low as you can go. Keep it lowered. With the left shoulder, lift that up to the ear. Bringing it up all the way and getting it as close to the ear as possible. And then lower that left shoulder away. So both of these shoulders now are totally lowered. We're going to lift both of them at the same time up to the ears. And then just take those shoulders towards the back and down. Hands up on the shoulders. Try and get those elbows straight out. You might be a little tippy, so check. See if you can get them straight. And of course, if you have shoulder issues, it's not going to look quite like this. I want to circle those elbows to the back. Nice and small. And then I'll take it a little bigger, about a medium-sized circle to the back. And then finally a really big circle, and I can really feel my shoulder blades moving with this work. I can also feel that my shoulders can seem to be just a little more flexible. I can get a little more movement in them because of that previous exercise. Okay, and then we'll release. I'm going to clasp my hands together and just do a bit of a roll with the wrist, kind of paying attention what direction you're going in. And then I might get my elbows involved. And then I might get my shoulders and my elbows and my wrists involved. So I did this at a class that I taught on Tuesday. And somebody said to me when I moved on to the next exercise or next yoga thing, they said, well, aren't we going to do it in the other direction? And I said, oh my gosh, does it go in the other direction? And it does. So now take your wrists and go in the other direction. Whoops. There I go. Yeah, make sure you do actually get it in the other direction and get those elbows moving with it. And then really try and get the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders moving. And again, depending on your mobility, it might look slightly different. And release and shake that out a little bit. Okay, we're going to do a seated chair flow. So I want to be able to move a little better, so I'm sitting in the middle of my seat. I'm not all the way in the back of the chair. I'm more towards the front or in the middle. All right. Inhale, lift those arms all the way up, and you can look up if that works for you. On the exhale, I'm going to drop my right arm and then bring my left hand over to the side so that I'm opening up those left ribs and stretching out the oblique muscles. And then on the inhale, I'll bring both those hands up and I'll look up again. On the exhale, the left hand comes down and the right hand comes over. Inhale, you can look up again. On this exhale, I want both of those arms to come down on the right hand side. So I have to turn my torso to bring those hands down. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, I'm going to turn to the left and drop my hands all the way down to the left. And then I'm inhaling all the way back up. Okay. On the exhale, I want to open up those arms. Inhale, I'm going to bring that all together in front of me and try and get those elbows maybe the same height as the wrists. So you might start out here and you got to kind of work that. And of course, if your wrists don't allow it, you can't do it. So I'm inhaling forward here. On the exhale, I will take it to the side. Inhaling that forward. On the exhale, I will take it to the side. Inhale that forward. And exhale, just bringing those hands down. Okay, try it again. Inhale up. You can look up if that's in your practice. Exhale, bending to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, bending to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, opening up the chest. Inhale, bringing those hands together into heart center in prayer hands, lifting the elbows. Exhale, turning to the right. Inhale forward. Exhale, turning to the left. Inhale forward. Exhale the hands down. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, right bend. Inhale up. Exhale, left bend. Inhale up. Exhale, right twist. Inhale up. Exhale, left twist. Inhale up. Exhale, chest opener. Inhale, prayer hands forward, elbows up. Exhale, right twist. Inhale forward. And exhale, left twist. Inhale forward. Exhale, release. Good. So let's stand for our standing flow. Now, we are going to do a down dog. So just a reminder, you never want your head below your heart for any length of time. You always get it either parallel with your heart or above your heart. So we're going to be careful about that now. I want to bring my hands to the chair seat. If you have an issue with wrists, then you'll come on your knuckles. Or sometimes you can hang on to the side more so that you're not so bent in the wrist. So you do what you need to do for your wrist. I want my wrist under my shoulders, my ankles under my hips. I'm going to walk my feet back, bringing my head between my upper arms. That brings my head below my heart. So I'm going to keep my feet where they are, but I'm just going to lift my head up to make sure. So if you look at the screen, you'll see that my head is now above my heart, and that's where I want it to be. Bend that left knee and lift your right hip, and you'll get a really nice hamstring stretch in the back of that right leg. And I'm just kind of holding it, not very long. Then I'm going to bend the right knee and lift the left hip. I'm just going to hold that a little bit. And then in yoga, we do what's called walk the dog. And so that just means bending the left knee, bending the right knee. But I make sure that I lift my hip. So it's bend the left knee, lift the right hip, bend the right knee, lift the left hip. Walking the dog. Good. Bring those feet in. Come back into that tabletop. We're in tabletop. I'll keep my left hand on the chair. Lift that right hand up on your inhale. On the exhale, bring it down to the chair. Leave the right hand on the chair. On the inhale, lift the left hand. On the exhale, bring that left hand back to the chair. Leave the left hand there. Inhale, right. Exhale, right comes down. Inhale, left. Exhale, left comes down. Inhale, right, last set. Exhale, right comes down. Inhale, left. Exhale, left comes down. Okay. I want to lift my right leg, my right knee, towards my nose. So I bring it in towards my nose. I keep that bent shape by the knee. It's bent, and I just want to bring my whole bent leg up behind me. So you can see that my foot is parallel to the ceiling. My knee is bent. So on the inhale, I'm up here, inhale. On the exhale, I want to bring my knee to my nose. On the inhale, I bring my foot up. Third time around, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, the knee comes up. All right, now I'm coming into warrior two, so that back foot is going to come down to the floor behind me with the foot at a 90-degree angle. So it's going to look like that. Okay, you're still on the chair. You want to lift yourself out of that chair and come into warrior two pose. So from the back, it's going to look like this. And I'm deliberately staying so you can see the back of me. Do you see how the butt kind of comes out? You need to tuck that butt under you. Otherwise, you can, your lower back can get really achy. So it kind of looks like that. And we'll stay there for an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, something tricky now. If your balance is okay, if it's not, you can hang on to the chair with one hand and you'll bring the back hand forward. But if your balance is okay, you're going to bring the back hand forward and the front hand back. So first I bring them both down, then I open them up in the other direction, a revolved warrior two. Then I bring them both down and I come back into that original warrior. Bring them both down and feel free to hang on to your chair. That's why it's called chair yoga. So you can do that and open it up. And then, as graceful as can be, or not, you can either in one step bring your foot, your back foot to join your front foot, or you can hop it. But however, you come into this standing pose in front of the chair. And then we want to do the other side. So we are going to take that down dog again that we had in the beginning. Right now I start out in tabletop. My wrists are under my shoulders, my ankles are under my hips. Then I'm going to walk my feet back until my ears come between my upper arms. But that has my head below my heart. So I have to lift my head up. Okay? Bend the left knee. Stretch out that right hamstring by lifting the hip up. Bend the right knee and stretch out the left hamstring by lifting the left hip up. Coming out of that, straightening both knees, walking in a little bit. We're going to do one time only that tabletop twist that we did before. The right hand comes all the way up and bring it down. The right hand stays on the chair and the left hand comes all the way up. Bring the left hand down and keep it on the chair. My left knee will touch my nose. So I bring that left knee in and try and touch my nose. And then keeping that knee in that bent position, I bring my foot back. Now my bottom of my foot is now parallel with the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, touch your nose. Inhale, bring that foot back. Exhale, touch your nose. Inhale, bring that foot back. Exhale, bring that foot down to the floor. Okay, so we take that left foot now behind us, open that foot up into that 90 degree. My right knee is bent. So if you like, you can get closer to your chair so that your chair is available to you. Or you can even turn it around so that you can hang on to it. Remember that jutting out butt. Tuck that tailbone so you don't do that, so you don't compromise that lower back. And then the arms come straight out, shoulder height. Check to make sure they're both at shoulder height and that one isn't down here somewhere. That happens too. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Here's where we do that revolved warrior two. So first you bring your arms down. Now if you like, you can keep your right hand on that chair to do this. Otherwise, you bring your hands down and then your left hand goes forward. Your right knee is forward, your left hand is forward, and your right hand goes back. And you just switch. And maybe you don't get very far. You know, like maybe it just kind of looks like that. That's fine. We're just trying to turn the torso. We're trying to twist and stretch and turn just about everything so you're ready for your day. One more time. And bring that back. Okay. And gracefully or bouncing, bring your back foot to join your front foot, like so. All right, well done. Okay, let's just have a seat here. And sitting down, we just want to do one thing for the core. So I'm coming to sort of towards the edge of my chair, and I'm going to lean back so that I can lift up a leg. Now, if you have to, you can lift up with your hand. You can use your hands under your leg to do that bicycle motion with your leg. Or if you can, by leaning back, maybe you can do that motion without hanging on, or maybe you can even sit, upright. It's up to you. Put that foot down and let's try it with the other side. We're just trying to activate that core yet for our day. So I want to bring up that left leg, maybe with my hands, maybe without. I want to pedal with one leg, that bicycle pedal, and I can hang on to my leg to do that or not. And then bring that leg down. Okay, so you could probably feel that. So let's just do a little bit of stretching. I want to take a side bend and I want to have my knees wide. I'm going to put my right elbow on top of my right thigh and trying to make sure that I'm not falling in, but staying nice and straight. I'm going to take that left arm up and over. Okay, and I'm just going to stretch, stretch, stretch. Well, as far as I can. Bring that arm down. Place that left elbow on my left thigh. Bring the right arm up and over. And repeat. Bring the right elbow down to the right thigh. Take that left arm up and over. Bring that left elbow down to the left thigh and bring the right arm up and over. One more set coming up yet. My right elbow comes to my right thigh. My left arm comes up and over. My left elbow comes to the left thigh and my right arm comes up and over. Okay, that feels good. I want to just do a little stretch here yet. So I'm straightening out my right leg, and then I'm going to come nice and tall as I can sit. Both hands will come on top of the left thigh, and I just want to lean forward with that really super straight back. If you bend, it'll be ineffective. You have to have a straight back, coming forward, and you'll be able to feel a stretch in the back of that right leg. You just want to feel it. You want to stretch it out before you quit. Come back up, stretch out the left leg. So if you enjoyed the video, please tap like or share or subscribe, and then it gets out to more people. And I thank you for doing that. I'm going to be nice and straight and tall and bend forward over that left leg. There it is. I can feel it. And then come on out of that. And put both feet on the floor. Okay, I'm going to push back into the chair. And I just want to take a second or two or 30 seconds just for our bodies and our minds to assimilate, process what we've been doing. So I'm going to close my eyes to help with that process. And I'm just going to take a moment to relax my feet and my calves. And then my thighs and my butt. I'll bring my elbows a little bit back and a little bit down just to lower the shoulders away from the ears and to get my shoulder blades in the right position. Release the lower jaw from the upper jaw. Release any tension in your cheeks or around your eyes. And just focus on taking 3 deep breaths and deep exhales. And you can do that on your own time. When you've done that, you can slowly open your eyes. Probably all you need now is a cup of coffee and you'll be ready for your day. May your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.